Here's a little video on how to play Autumn Leaves using the melody, the root, and the thirds and sevenths. And the concept you want to be thinking about is something that I call outside in, where on the outside you're going to have in your right pinky mostly just the melody, and then in your left pinky you're going to have the root. And then the thirds and sevenths are going to be somewhere in between the melody and the root. So if I took the melody to Autumn Leaves, I could actually play just the melody and the root. Okay. And at first, with a tune like this, if I were to just play the thirds and sevenths in the right hand and then my root in the left hand, you can see if I invert the thirds and sevenths correctly, they're going to reflect the top notes of the melody to Autumn Leaves. So this tune is kind of tailor-made to do this type of drill. So if I put the melody back in and now play the thirds and sevenths at the same time, this is all in the right hand, and then just roots in the left hand. And now, after you are able to do that, then the next step would be to see if you can move the thirds and sevenths, try to center them more in between the melody and the root so that it's not all shoved up against the melody. And the first way to do that, and this is how you'd want to do this on the second time through the melody, would be to, you have your melody and root here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the third and seventh, here's the third and here's the seventh, and you notice that I have the melody up here as well, so I'm actually playing three notes now in the right hand, excuse me. But now I have the melody and the root, the bass, third and seventh, so that's 4 voices in total. And so I'm going to keep my thirds and sevenths here. Okay, and if I do that with the melody, you'll see that going to be playing, doubling the melody with one of a thumb tone, which would be either the third or the seventh, depending on where you are in the tune. Okay. We can go even further, where now if we're going to try to drop the thirds and sevenths even closer to the middle, then now it's going to be out of reach to be able to play all the chord tones and the melody in the right hand. So what we're going to do is split up the thirds and sevenths with our thumbs. So one tone will play the third and the other tone will play the seventh. And if we could do this in the second half of the song, so that's our melody. Right. So that's what we're doing on the outside. What I'm going going to do is I'm going to take the third here of A minor 7 and the 7th here, third and 7th there. So notice I have to resolve the 3rd and 7th like this, right? But now I'm splitting it up between the fingers. And then when I put it in with the melody, sometimes you see a G7 in this spot, in which case then you'd move the B flat to B natural. Okay, I'm going to keep going. C minor 7. There's. E flat. Okay, and then this last 8 bars, you could do a number of things. I might try to go through them. You could go back and play the 3rds and 7ths all in the right hand. So that's the melody. So I'm going to play my 3rds and 7ths down there. When I get here, the melody is here, right? So I'm actually going to drop down. This is going to be a B flat 7. So I'm going to put my 3rd and my 7th down here. Okay. Then the melody and the root is here. 3rd and 7th, 3rd, 7th. Sometimes people play a G minor 6, so instead of the F, you'd play an E. It has a little more modal sound to it. You could also continue to split up the 3rds and 7ths between the thumbs, in which case I might want to move my root a little bit further up. See, so my 3rds and 7ths are here. Or you could do it like this. See, so my root is here. 3rd and 7th. Root, 3rd and 7th. Root, 3rd and 7th. And then here, melody, 3rd and 7th. 3rd and 7th. 3rd and 7th. Okay, so you could do either of those ways in the last 8 bars. And I'm going to show you one more thing, which would be to try to play the root 3rd and 7th all in the left hand and just the melody by itself. So now I'm going to go down here, and if your hand is big enough, you can grab the 3rd and 7th there. Of course, in your hand needs to be big enough to grab these intervals, from the root to a third, an octave above. So if you have big enough hands, you can do that. You could also kind of jump if your hand is not big enough. And in the context of playing the song in time, it can be kind of a fun syncopated exercise. Oops, grab it there. Okay, so those are the ways that you can play Autumn Leaves just using the melody, the root, and the thirds and sevenths.